Hey all, this is going to be a video recapping how to make a GIF from your sequences in Illustrator and then how to bring them into Photoshop. I am outside on my porch because it's a beautiful day, so if you hear noises, that's what's going on. Okay, so we're going to start out in Illustrator here. Alright, so I have my sequence of my 10. Okay, these are my 10 sequences. All right, and just to reiterate, everyone needed to make 2 GIFs, okay? So you'll follow these same steps with either GIF, okay? So you need 10 sequential images, all right? Let's say you've completed this one. To start your next GIF, you can just start with this one, and then just do the same thing. Make a copy, make some changes. Make a copy of the copy, make some changes. Make a copy of the copy, that's a copy, make some changes. And you'll end up with 2 sequences, okay? But we're just going to work with this one for now. Get rid of this guy. Alright, so the first thing that I need to do is I need to take note of the numbers of my artboards. So I have 16, and anytime you have, this is a common issue that I've seen with some students, anytime you have this double, see how you just have like one little square here? See how you have this double square? That means for some reason you have 2 artboards there. Just click on it and delete one. You just want one artboard. So if you just go through, here's another double one. So if you have something that looks like this, just click on it with your artboard tool, delete it until you just have one. Okay, so it looks like I only have one artboard. It won't really mess things up, it just makes things a little more clear for you, okay? So now I'm going to take note. I'll press the artboard tool again. Alright, so I have 16 through 25. Okay, click back to my selection tool. I'm going to remember 16 to 25, or you can just keep this open. A thing that I like to do is just kind of zoom out so I can see everything, so then I can reference this later if I need to. So I'm on the artboard tool, so that's totally fine. I'm just going to go to File. I'm going to go to Export, Export As. Alright, I'm going to choose JPEG. I want to use Artboards. And then my range is going to be 16 through 25. Okay, I'm going to name this GIF 1. We'll do O-N-E. And I'm just going to put it in a folder that makes sense. I'll name it GIF Images. Okay. So a name, the JPEG, use the artboards, the range over here. I'll hit export. Okay, so this is where CMYK is for print, so we want to work with web media, so we're going to do RGB because that's for the screen, and then we also want to do 72 dpi. 300s for print, so that would have been for your print flipbook, but we want to work with 72 dpi because our screen can only show 72 pixels. And this max file should be fine. The GIF quality isn't that great, so you may as well just, bring it down a bit. 8's fine. 10 will be fine, though. You shouldn't have to really worry about that. And I'm going to do art optimize because I'm working with art and I'm not working with type. But again, you probably won't even notice the difference here. So we're going to hit OK. And that's going to spit out my images. And if your artboards are in order, which they should be if you started from the top, then it's going to name your sequential images in the right order. Okay, so now we're going to go to Photoshop, and we're going to go to, you just need Photoshop to be open, so you can just make like a blank document. It doesn't even matter what size it is, because when we run the scripts, it's going to make its own document anyways. So you just pretty much need to get into like this main interface. However you want to get there, whether it's making a new document, go ahead. But we just need the main interface access so that we can go to File, Scripts, and we're going to do, scripts. We'll do load files into stack. Okay, I'm going to go to Browse, and I will just go ahead and find that file. All right, so here's all my sequential images. I'm just going to select all of them here. Hit Open. Okay, and then I'll hit OK. And what that's going to do is it's going to make my computer freak out for a minute. Okay. And I'm going to bring up my layers. It's going to make all of those images port in as layers, and they should be sequential. Okay, So once you've done that, if you don't have your layers panel over here, it looks like this. You can go to Window and go to Layers. Okay, so open my layers. And I need to get another thing from the window called the timeline. So Window, Timeline. That's going to bring up my timeline. We have to hit this button that says Create Frame Animation. If when you open this, it says Create Video Timeline, you need to toggle down on this caret here, this arrow, and make sure that it says Create Frame Animation, and then you can click it. So think of it as like it's a button, but the button has options. So you need to tell the button what button you want it to be. I want the Create Frame Animation button, and then I can click the button. Okay, that's going to make one frame. Then what we need to do is we need to go to our additional options over here, and we are going to say Make Frames from Layers. Boom. Okay, so now if we play, it's going to play my GIF. I can make it repeat by clicking where it says once. I can make it repeat forever. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it do the boomerang effect. So I'm going to select all of these, all my frames. They're all selected. I'm going to go over here. Oh, just hold down Shift, click the one and then the last one. Go over here and I'm going to say, oops, I'm sorry. First I'm going to duplicate all of these. So again, we'll select all of them. I'm just holding down Shift and I'm going to hit Duplicate. This is the duplicate button here. Alright, then it's going to give me 11 through 12, so these will already be highlighted if you've duplicated them. So I'm going to go here now and do the reverse frames. That's going to reverse my frames. My last frame here and my first frame here are going to be the same, so you can get rid of those. I'm just going to get rid of either one of them. And then as you'll notice, your last frame here and your first frame here will also be the same. So you can also get rid of one of those as well, if you'd like. And then if we play, right, it should have this nice effect. Now, an additional thing that you can do that we didn't go over in class is see where it says 0 seconds? You can actually control how long these play. So right now it's just 0 seconds, it means no delay, okay? But let's say we want this one to be, I don't know, maybe longer. We can set it to be longer, play it. It'll kind of stop there and then come back. So you can experiment with the timing if you'd like. You can set the timing to be the same if you select all of them and then just select, you know, no delay, or even, you know, 5 seconds each. It'll run a lot slower if you do 5 seconds each. But you can do that in a group as well. You can just select all of them, hit no delay. Or you can do, you know, one individually. You can do, I don't know, 5 seconds for this one. Oops, I had them all selected. So select all of them, say no delay, unselect them. If it'll let me, yep, you just gotta click in one individually, and then maybe say 5 for this one. And then as you can see, that one will kind of have this nice pause. So just play with it, have some fun with it. Once you've tweened it, or sorry, once you've reversed the frames, and you have your timing and everything the way that you want it to be, you can just go up to File, Export, Save for Web. Okay. In class, I said don't go over a megabyte, but if you look on Giphy, a lot of them are over a megabyte. The reason I said that in class is because you know, I don't inspect each individual computer, and if I have 20 computers crashing at the same time, then it's bad. So, you know, you can go up to like 2 megabytes. 58K is incredibly small, so, you know, I can go full color. That's still incredibly small. And then these will just change, like, how, let me zoom in here a bit. Like it'll change just how things are blended into each other. So you can see the difference here, and it makes it like quite a bit smaller. So just kind of play with this, see what you like. For instance, if you have something that's like 10 megabytes, but you want it to be really huge, you know, you may want to do one of the like restrictive. It'll really restrict those colors for you. So it's just kind of like a. You got to decide like what's more important to you. You know, the color or the size. You can, if yours is, you know, up on 3 megabytes and it's really huge, you can also just change the size here and it'll scale proportionately. You know, you could put 200 in here. Okay, so these are all different ways of like working with your GIF, resizing it. You can also change, go back here, make it 300. You can also change the actual like pattern of how the colors are blending into each other down here. Right now, you know, if I say no dither, um, in your bigger gifts, you'll kind of be able to see the difference. But this is just how your colors are like blending into each other. So you can see a slight difference there. And you can always hit preview, and that's how you can actually see what it looks like in the browser itself. Okay. All right, so that is your tutorial. And then obviously you just hit save, and it'll bring up your modal to save here. So you can just go ahead and put that wherever you want, and then just hit save.